Live from Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas, it is the officer installation ceremony for Phi Theta Kappa Alumni of Washburn, the only active chartered university-based Phi Theta Kappa Alumni chapter in the state of Kansas and one of only 16 in the United States. We are very, very glad to be joined by numerous distinguished guests, as well as many of our incoming or retained officers as possible as we make do of this unfortunate and mitigating circumstance that has resulted in the closure of our campus for this semester. This ceremony will be the means by which our charter is conferred and the officer positions are restored and or conferred on our incoming and returning officers for the year. And we figured it would be a decent, appropriate way to acknowledge the contributions of our outgoing graduates, our incoming officers, our returning officers, and especially to celebrate our recognition this past month as a 2-star alumni chapter, thanks to the new star rating system created by Phi Theta Kappa. So without any further ado, we officially open this ceremony like all the others. We now toss it over to our Vice President for Campus Relations, Charlee Bonczkowski, for the rendition of the Phi Theta Kappa song. I ask that all members mute their audio if you have not yet while Charlee sings. Thank you.
Give us wisdom, God, we pray, that our lives from day to day may reflect on all around us that great gift which now has bound us. For our band of seekers we, with our magic, let us three, Phi Theta Kappa, Phi Theta Kappa.
All right. Thank you as always, Charlee. And to make sure that the audio is not being picked up, but you are being applauded as always. I just realized it's the last time I'm going to hear you sing that for a while. All right. Now, for the next portion of today's program is the role of our special guests. Before I turn it over to Emily Jardon, a summary of today's schedule. After our guests from PTK, who are to be introduced next, Emily and Chelsey Johnston will introduce all returning or incoming officers and perform the formal installation of officers with the officer pledge. Emily will then specially install Shelby Spradling to succeed her as president. Then we'll follow the traditional slideshow tribute to our spring graduates, some closing remarks from me, time permitting, and conclusion with Charlee's rendition of the Washburn alma mater. In addition to installing our officers and saluting our departing graduates, this event is also a commemoration of PTKAW's recent recognition at the international level when at the Phi Theta Kappa Online International Convention in April, we were assigned a 2-star rating as an alumni chapter. This was our first star rating ever, and we were one of only 4 university-based PTK alumni chapters to earn a rating. This achievement is the fruit of the hard work not only of you, our current members, but of all our members who since 2016 have built the foundation of PTKAW into what you see today. So on a personal note, I need to thank all of you, past and present, who are consuming this broadcast. Moving on. PTKAW is honored and humbled to be joined by 2 of our benefactors from Phi Theta Kappa headquarters. One being Melissa Mayer, Alumni and Donor Relations Coordinator, who has, along with Sarah Lynn Quinn before her, been our contact person at headquarters these most recent few years. The second is Lynn Tincher-Ladner, the CEO of Phi Theta Kappa, who has generously agreed on my request to address our members. Dr. Tincher-Ladner has been with Phi Theta Kappa since 2012 and served as CEO since 2016. She served 21 years at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, both as director and a mathematics/programming faculty. She received her undergraduate degree in mathematics and a master's of mathematics curriculum instruction from the University of Southern Mississippi and a PhD in community college leadership from Mississippi State University. Under her leadership, PTK has continued to grow in meeting its members' needs and especially increased the role and engagement of alumni, especially the university-based PTK alumni chapters of which we are one. She is by far the highest personage who has addressed or will address our members, so it is a profound honor for me to welcome Dr. Tincher-Ladner virtually to Washburn University.
Thank you so much. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. Congratulations to all the incoming officers and to the outgoing graduates. I'm very honored to be here, but I'm even more honored that all of you have chosen to continue to live the hallmarks of the society as an alumni member. One of the most important things we do is encourage and motivate students to be lifelong learners, and I believe that being a part of this chapter makes a statement for all of you. You are lifelong learners. And I believe that you could choose to lead in so many ways on your campus, and I am both grateful and honored that you have chosen to spend your time and talents and leadership through Phi Theta Kappa, continuing your work of shaping the world around you in a very positive way. And I usually call PTK members extra because we are extra. And in times of crisis, the extra people make the difference and helping lead others and push through these difficult times. But our mission allows you to make this chapter into anything you want. It's a group of like-minded people dedicated to creating a positive change on your campus and in your community. And for the graduates and others, I'm usually asked to give a few bits of advice for you to take into the future. The first piece of advice I guess I would have for you is I always tell my students to do the jobs no one else wants to do. Do the difficult tasks, because when I was a programmer, for example, I would do software development, but I would also tackle modifying thousands of lines of code that someone else wrote and no one wanted to touch because they were afraid they would break it. What I'm saying to you is just be the guy. Don't be the guy that knows another guy. Be the guy. And you'll be the last one affected by layoffs and the first one to be affected by promotions and raises. And I guess my last piece of advice that has served me well is to be patient. Not an entirely new concept for someone new in the job market. Once upon a time, I was the youngest faculty member at my college. But I do remember the day that the internet came to the college. First, we got network-enabled computers, and they put them on our desk. But at first, we got no internet. The internet came to the front of the campus, and we waited, and I waited, and I waited until I just didn't wait anymore. And I acquired myself a very long Ethernet cable, and I jumped through the ceiling of my office, and I scurried over across the top of the library and plugged into the nearest router I could find, and pretty soon I was surfing the web. Unfortunately, I was noticed by others, the English department in particular. It was very scandalous, and someone did tell on me. I received quite a scolding from the college's administration, and fortunately they valued my initiative more than my mischief. And it seems funny now, but we talk about big things derailing your career, but don't forget about the little things. You don't want a silly mistake to get you off of your future. And also I want you to never forget, once a member, always a member. And the world needs you, but so does Phi Theta Kappa. And this year we're doing more than ever to reconnect to our alumni, and we're working to reconnect with at least 500,000 of them, and moving forward, doing a better job of staying in touch with you. And me being here today is part of those efforts. And nothing is more important to us than your continued success. So thank you and congratulations to everyone. And thank you for continuing to live the hallmarks of Phi Theta Kappa. Appreciate being here.
Thank you, Dr. Tincher-Ladner. As all of the applause emojis go up on the monitors, I don't know if you can see that or not, but thank you so much for sharing your insights with us and sharing your experience with us. I would also like to point out that it has been very beneficial over the last 10 days or so that we've had a chance to communicate with some of the IOs and the IO candidates and their staff. If you've seen what we've been doing of late, sharing our experiences, something that I'm trying to do very much besides giving people some valuable content to learn about what that IO campaign experience is like. What I've really been after is trying to sell the concept of what we've done to these people who have such a reputation going in to the four-year university, because we believe that this type of an organization is on the cutting edge of continuing alumni engagement. And for your continued promotion of that, and for headquarters' continued support in our endeavors of making that a reality, we would like to see that list of chartered Phi Theta Kappa alumni chapters at the university level to continue to grow and to double and to grow exponentially in the coming years. And we believe that if we sell that adequately to the officers and the officer candidates, they would be a great place to start. I also have this opportunity to convey congratulatory messages from most of the IO candidates and IOs who have been in communication with us over the last week. They've taken a profound interest in our development, profound interest in our story and our mission, and a profound interest in our website as well that I'm very proud to have developed myself alongside Amy Reinhardt, my dear friend. So without any further ado, I wanted to also like to thank Ms. Mayer and Sarah Lynn Quinn for your consistency in being there for us. The reason we have a charter and the reason we have a star rating at all is because Ms. Mayer is at headquarters receiving our annual reports, answering our questions, and you know I have a lot of questions, always. She can attest to that very much. So Ms. Mayer, in addition to seeing if you also had a message for our members, please accept my profound gratitude in the presence of our members at this time. Did you have a message for our members by chance?
Yes, I just wanted to say congratulations to all of you who will become new officers today, and also thank you to all of you who served as officers in this past year. Congratulations to your Alumni Association. You've had a great year. I'm so impressed with the things that you've been doing. You have a wicked social media game. I so much enjoy following you and hearing from you about what you're doing. And also, congratulations on your 2-star rating, but I'd like to challenge you to work a little bit harder in the next year. So officers and Paul, this is for you. I really believe you all can be a 5-star Alumni Association by the next Catalyst. I think you have it in you. You've really got it together as an Alumni Association team. And so I'd like to work with you to make that happen in this next year. I also wanted to say thank you for everything you're doing in your community. Your association really gives back to your community in an important way. I love your shoe drive and your fun videos and your photos of that process. And this year you even got local media coverage on your television news channel locally for your efforts. And that's so important. But finally, one thing I'm grateful for is your adaptability. I think that's a skill that you'll all find is so important right now, more than ever, and important in the future, is to be able to respond when something like the COVID-19 virus comes along, to keep going and not let that derail you, to find new inventive ways, like this ceremony today, to keep going and not give up. Really appreciate that in everyone. And I did want to say I'm a member of Phi Theta Kappa as well, so I'm a fellow alum. And I was a member of the Alpha of Mississippi Alumni Chapter at University of Southern Mississippi. And Dr. Tincher-Ladner and I are both alums from there. But one of the things I learned when I was in an alumni association is that you are an important bridge for members. You help members as they leave the community college to transition those final 2 years before most of you are out in the workplace at that point. So just by being there for our members, sometimes transfer can be a challenge. Sometimes it can be difficult. But with other Phi Theta Kappans there to support them, they'll keep putting excellence first. So we appreciate that. Thank you for everything you do, and congratulations today.
Thank you to you both. Before we move on to tossing it over to Emily, I just wanted to see, do any of you members individually have a message that you would like to deliver to headquarters as a whole on our behalf? I would also like to point out that, yes, Ms. Mayer, with regard to your point about the 5-star rating, we've, I think, achieved the biggest hurdle already, because Katie participated in Catalyst, and she was going to have participated in Catalyst even if it hadn't been online. So we have most of the other star criteria taken care of. So I think we would have been 5-star last year, but my fault, I didn't submit our officer team to Lucas Drake, and that's my fault. And he'll make fun of me for that forever, but I completely forgot. All right, so then that ends the pre-portion, and then with that, I turn it over to Emily and Chelsey to install our officers. Emily, there's one change to the script I need to alert you to. I got a confirmation from Audrey she cannot make it, so you're gonna see her on that list of people that are here, and she's not here. So just go with the flow, or if you see her name, just skip over it.
Okay, we will now introduce each returning and new officer by name, beginning with those unable to attend. If you haven't already, just mute your audio, please and thanks. Officers who will either be retained or added as at-large board members per our bylaws are Trevor McDaniel, Caitlin Latimer, Megan Story, and Kylie James. Succeeding Brenda Carrillo-Hernandez as treasurer from Coffeyville Community College, Elia Saucedo. For another term as vice president for marketing from Allen County Community College of Burlingame, Cecilia Castillo Nuno. And now I introduce the returning or incoming officers in attendance today. As I introduce you, please wave or make some acknowledgement to the camera so you can be recognized. Succeeding Elia Saucedo as Vice President for Development from Johnson County Community College, Shayla Pierre Noel. Succeeding Chelsey Johnston as Vice President for Membership from Garden City Community College, Audrey Shepard. Succeeding Joanne Georgiana as Vice President for Digital Media from Garden City Community College, Diana Martinez Ponce. Hi. For another term as Director of Community Relations from Allen Community College, Burlingame, Daniel Martin. For another term as Vice President for PTKAW Relations from Kansas City, Kansas Community College, Katie Vasquez. Hi. And for another term as Vice President for Campus Relations from Allen Community College, Burlingame, Charlee Bonczkowski. All officer terms will begin effective the official transition date, Monday, May 18th. I now hand it over to Chelsey Johnston to administer the officer pledge.
This will be for all officers except for Shelby Spaulding, who will be installed as president, specifically on her own next. All other officers, please unmute your audio to affirm the pledge to the members and standards of PTKAW. I will read the pledge to you, after which please respond to my prompt with "we do." So please raise your right hand with me. Do you solemnly promise on this 8th day of May 2020 to continue to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa as officers of our Phi Theta Kappa Alumni Chapter at Washburn University, and to make this object and aim foremost in your mind, and do you solemnly pledge allegiance to your fellow officers and promise to aid them in all worthy endeavors?
We do.
We do. Okay. You are charged with the responsibility of learning the duties of your office and executing these duties to the best of your ability. You are duly recognized as executive officers of Phi Theta Kappa Alumni of Washburn University. We pledge the support of the members of this chapter to you. Congratulations. And now Emily Jardon will formally install Shelby Spaulding as the 5th president of PTKAW.
Thank you, Chelsey. It is my honor to hand the presidency of our Phi Theta Kappa Alumni Chapter to Shelby Spaulding. Shelby, please unmute your audio and raise your right hand to perform the pledge.
I, Shelby Kayla Spradling, solemnly promise on this 8th day of May 2020 to continue to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa as president of our Phi Theta Kappa Alumni Chapter at Washburn University, to make this object and aim foremost in my mind, and I solemnly pledge allegiance to our members, past and present, and promise to aid them in all worthy endeavors.
As chairman of the board, Paul Fluman will confer the office to you.
I'm empowered by Phi Theta Kappa, the Kansas-Nebraska region, and Washburn University, our faculty advisor, Katie Emperly, department head, Alan Bierman, university president, Jerry Farley himself, here to openly exhort how much our alumni chapter and all of Washburn is beholden to this individual and how worthy she is to have the highest position in the chapter, and how sincerely our members esteem and trust her not only for sincere scholarly excellence, volunteer excellence, but still more achievement to come, with which she is ideally suited for the position. Whereas she served with distinction in the Beta Zeta Zeta chapter at the University of New Mexico, Valencia, and the Beta Nu Omega chapter at Highland Community College, Wamego, whereas she served as chapter president of Beta Nu Omega and was nominated to the All Kansas Community College academic team, whereas she has represented this alumni chapter on campus and beyond with similar distinction and excellence. It is therefore fully proper and necessary in the succession from Thaina Jensen, Natasha Manning, Cayenne Eslick, and Emily Jardon to thus recognize and salute this same Shelby Kayla Spradling of Paxico, Kansas, here made before you to be president of Phi Theta Kappa Alumni of Washburn University.
It has been an honor to serve as the president of the premier Phi Theta Kappa Alumni chapter in the world this past year. Congratulations to Shelby. Now that we have heard from our guest, celebrated our recognition from PTK, and installed our officers, we come to the final part of today's program, the recognition of our 8 spring graduates.
This program will feature all 8 graduates. 2 of the spring graduates are in attendance today, Emily and Chelsey. My thanks to Brenda, Joanne, and Cayenne Eslick for assisting in the preparation of that. There will be a different version that will actually have audio to it that will be published when the semester is over. So my sincere gratitude to them in the preparation of this, and my sincere gratitude to everyone graduating this spring who is departing. This was the part that I allocated for myself, and seeing that we're up against time, I will simply be brief and summarize it in a way that is pretty explanatory given the current times we live in, and that is organizations win championships. This organization has been a labor for me on a personal level since I was still a member in 2013, and I've been motivated by little else over that time since then. And when I left the first time with a master's degree, the incompletion became more and more apparent over the ensuing months. And when I made the decision to return, it was undoubtedly the right thing to do. And now to leave the second time, I have a strong, profound sense of fulfillment that wasn't there before. And my departing wish for all of you who are inheriting this organization going into the future is that, mindful of the impediments that you guys are going to be up against, the planning is still needed, the planning is still worth it, because the day will come when this campus will be able to function normally again. My suspicion is it will be sooner rather than later. And the minute that happens, this organization will be prepared, and it'll be prepared to go back to exactly what it was doing on campus before. And it'll be the asset for the members that come after you, the same way that it's been for you and the people that came before you. And one of my favorite phrases that I've used over the years is, I've handed down what I received, and I can, with a great deal of satisfaction now, leaving the second time, say to all of you that I have successfully handed down what I received. And for all the people that experienced this journey with me, without whom this event would not be possible, without whom any of the recognition that this organization has received would not be possible. Going all the way back to the first day that I was in Professor Schmidt's accounting class and was recruiting Brenda Parson in the old days, and then reaching out to Amy Reinhardt, and then Thaina Jensen, Ashley Smith, Taylor Kemp, Sierra Kemp, etc. All of those people who came on board in the early days who were not going to realize the full potential of this, and we're not going to realize the full fruition of what this organization would bring. To the people that came on later who really saw that come to fruition to their maximum benefit, to Ebony, particularly, the greatest friend that a human being could ever dare to dream of. And that breaks the dam on my emotions. But to see Cayenne Eslick achieve to the extent that she did and become the personification of what I had talked about this organization could mean to people and what it could do for people, to have a chance to see that while I was still at Washburn was something very special, and something from which I hope all of you derive some degree of profit. To see the new generation come in for whom this is not a novel idea anymore, it's something that's established. It's breathtaking to think about how this organization as a going concern is no longer something to worry about. It will be there. And when we were building it from the ground up, it meant a lot to get this organization to that point where it sits today. And so I thank you. I especially urge all of you, the dedication that you have. Some of you were very active in your chapters. Some of you were less so, but are fully making the most of your membership as alumni. And that's the number one purpose of our organization, is to support the current members. And most importantly, the one commonality that each and every one of you have is a dedication to your community college and a dedication to the community college system as a whole. And you have no idea where, if you pursue that passion and keep that awareness of your dedication to the community college in mind at the front and center. You have no idea what type of opportunities that will open up for you. You have no idea what type of opportunities that it will open up for the people that are around you. When you have the ultimate, pinch yourself moment of sitting there in a classroom, taking your first class related to your major one summer, and then 4 years later, sitting in the exact same room for the exact same class, sitting on the opposite side of the lecture and about to teach that class. That's the realization that please keep the community college in your mind. For those of you who are leaving alongside me, just keep that in your mind. Keep in mind that that if you get a master's degree, you're likely eligible to teach at the community college and give back in the ultimate way, make the ultimate difference in the educational growth of others. I would also like to personally thank a couple of personal guests who joined me today to watch as spectators, one being my boss, Pamela Schmidt, of the accounting faculty of Washburn, who's employed me for on and off for the last 5 years as a teaching assistant, and has opened up career opportunities that I would not otherwise have based on the expertise and experience I built doing this position. And then Carol White, who still is known by me as Carol Tracy, the math director at my alma mater, Highland Community College, Wamego, and now a colleague, a faculty colleague, as strange as that sounds, although once a pupil, always a pupil. It's you know, to have people who have been with you every step of the way like that from the beginning of this long journey, in the case of Ms. Tracy, going back to Highland, it means a great deal. And to have people that care enough about your success and take a personal stake in your success beyond the time that they have a direct impact on you. I don't think people understand how much that means. And so I also challenge all of you that as you continue with your careers, to be that source of good for people as those individuals have been to me. And there's a great deal of others, but those two particularly were able to join me today, so I wanted to make that recognition. And now, with that, I'm perfectly satisfied with where we stand. You guys are going to be fine. You guys are going to get to 5 stars, and you guys are going to continue to set this university apart regionally, nationally, and globally. And with that, I couldn't be satisfied anymore from achieving my objective. So for me and my early cohorts, it's mission accomplished. Crown me, I'm out.
I just want to say thank you very much for going above and beyond for this organization. You motivate me to get more engaged with Phi Theta Kappa. At Johnson County Community College, I was not involved, but thank you for help me pull myself out there to help out. I really appreciate all you've done for this organization.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Shayla. I do appreciate that a lot. And I also hope that you too can be inspired to be that, to be a source of that for others as well, to hand down what you received, as is for the rest of all you. I see all of the applauding hands, everyone. I see. So thank you. All right.
Paul, on a personal note, this is Dr. Pam Schmidt. I just wanted to say that seeing you think of this idea and recruit people and go through the trials and tribulations of not everyone seeing the vision and not everyone being willing to put in the effort, to see this grow from an idea in front of the lab and to see you having accomplished all this is a very amazing feat. And I can't feel any more proud of you or of this organization, because truly you all know how to pay it forward and to develop yourselves and your community. So this is an awesome course. I look forward to watching it for many, many years. Call on me when you need me. Okay, good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Professor. And she's the boss, so what she says is right, unavoidably. So
I was going to add too to that, you've done so much from the very beginning. You literally, caved the way for this to happen at Washburn. And you know what, that's amazing. That's so cool. I mean, when I was, RO, I heard you coming up, talking to us, telling us ideas and stories and things and that, but never in a million years did I think that I was gonna, help be a part of that and continue it, moving forward. And I'm excited for next year. I really am. I'm excited to see all the things that we're gonna keep doing.
And that experience,
organization.
that experience was the definition of full circle, because what she's referring to is the first time I attended a regional convention trying to promote this idea. She was one of the regional officers, and I actually went to her seminar because there weren't any other seminars that were appropriate for alumni to go to. And then 3-4 years later, here I was flipping out because we actually got Katie Vasquez, who I didn't even know was a student at Washburn at the time. So that was profoundly special. All right, who is to Emily, I'm going to do the intro of Charlee, if that's okay, because there is actually a separate comment I want to make. To conclude the ceremony today, we will do so in the same way we have concluded all the previous ceremonies over the years, and that is with the person that I've had a strong privilege of knowing and calling a friend over these past years. The person who, alongside Cayenne, has probably characterized and personified my second term, my second tenure here at Washburn after I came back, when I had a chance email encounter about promoting promoting our 5K, and she being the president of another student organization. I reached out to her, and then we managed to figure out that she had gone to Burlingame. And after yakking for 2 hours, and our conversations are the stuff of legend, she not only joined but became an officer for us back then. I would just like to say that, Charlee, it means a lot to me, not just that you promote our organization and utilize your talents for our purposes so selflessly by coming here, going to Burlingame, going to Wamego, which means a lot to me. I would also like to point out that your work is, since you're a professional at this, is a source of cultural influence on people that really need it, that might not otherwise have that as an influence in their lives. And it's something that you should not take for granted. And I hope that you continue to put that front and center in terms of sharing your talents like that. Probably best singing voice that I've had a chance to hear, best woman's singing voice I've ever had a chance to hear in person. And probably outside Karen Carpenter, the greatest woman's singing voice I've ever heard in my life. I had to keep you humble with the Karen Carpenter part there, but you see what I'm saying. I just want to say thank you so much for contributing your talents to us all of these years, and your work continues to set us apart in addition to all the other ways that we set ourselves apart. So I just want to sincerely thank you for that, and thank you for being a friend during the time that I was on the convalescence and on the upswing during that time period after the disappointments of the immediacy of my past graduation. So without any further ado, for the final time, and see if I can hold it together this time, we'll introduce Charlee Bonczkowski for the rendition of the Washburn University alma mater.
A song of our prairies wide, a song of our breezes strong, a song of our pride, the true and the tried, of a college near us all. Washburn, Washburn, we love thee well. Ours is the joy thy praise to swell. With voices free, we'll sing of thee, and ever thy praise we'll tell.
All right, we will stop rolling now. Thank you, everyone.